skirmishes. We're much more used to seeing the double slap there, the double impact. So instead, we're getting the steering chains around your remnants and unit count of 3. Pretty crazy facet.
Dude, we're already getting double tip from Emo, and then Emo with a pathetic line thrown back at him. I want to see this storyline evolve. I don't know if they're gonna lean into it or not, but Emo definitely not one to back down from a challenge when it comes to the all chat. That's for sure.
This is gonna be the world's greatest 4-staff game. That's what I'm seeing.
Ooh.
4 staffs everywhere, but both teams. We got Ursa on one side, Sven on the other. We got Fisher blocks. We got Mirana arrows trying to be chain comboed into a stun. We have everything. It's just 4 staffs out the wazoo.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to watch. I mean, the thing is, if this game devolves to like late game team fight dynamics, you do have like Shaker, Sven, which are like fight enders. But you have the Darkseer and the Ember, which is like you can pull them into weird positions and then get those big, like, 5-hero vacuum catches. As Malrine able to get that bounty rune, Ollie takes the other one, and the retreat back. Bobica gonna go down first. So first blood going the way of Skitter, and then it should be an easy trade-off of the other 2 bounty runes.
That's what happens when we give him the player highlight. He gets powered up here for a Sven first blood. Means he's already got himself tangos and a bracer recipe coming out here to finish that up. So really good way to start versus what you had already explained was going to be a super annoying lane. Cottle plus Darkseer just looks rather miserable.
Well, they're doing a good job on Falcons of already trying to mess with them a little bit. This is the way that you punish. You get in there level 1, try and spam as much damage as you can. And we'll see if they're able to get any extra pressure and knowing things going his direction. But at least for now, doing a good job of dealing with it.
Level 1 Iron Shell just tickling,
Yeah.
Not really much of a concern here as Ollie and Crit also doing a lot of trading up top here as this courier comes in. Somehow keeps it alive. I don't even know how.
Looks around the side. In the mid lane, probably not too much to write home about the Ember versus Earthshaker matchup. Just want to basically see how much is Malrine going to be able to deny out from the Ember. So far, 5 and 4. So, as you might expect, it's not going to be easy for him to take out all of those. So let's get a little nice deny on the range creep there.
Yeah, it's kind of turned into like a TA where you're also just trying to like maximize your slugger damage here. And oh, that was a good one. Forcing out the slight into the big smack. Jeez, just tanks another one.
Chains underneath. Gets a tower shot. Not able to get a second one, though. And beyond. Oh, doing some good plays here. So he does manage to pull that creep wave, but unfortunately will miss the range creep. Still should pull it into a slightly better position for himself there and getting the levels that he needs to. Fly up top. Hits into a Mar, gets 4 stacks of the Fury swipes up, but then able to retreat away.
This is also the Amar Classic. He is going for the Seeing Red a lot when he plays Bristleback. They're not one of the teams that just like immediately picks Bristol and just everyone else pretty much just goes Snot for the most part. They do some sort of a physical damage combo like your Pango or something and just try and throw it out there. But you guys know Amar, he likes to build tanky, big strength items, and he likes to right-click people. So he's opting for the Seeing Red talent instead, or Facet rather.
See this wave pull coming through yet again. Snake King trying to do what damage he can to disrupt this, if at all possible. And the matchup mid still looking into the favor of Malrine. Has a bit of about half a level advantage right now over Emo. I imagine that this is going to come down to more like what these rotations look like. If they can maybe deny out a bottle or something like that, a water rune refill, that could make up the difference between, the CS discrepancy that we've got.
Yeah, especially if he tries to contest the bottom rune because there's a good shot that you get arrowed as Emo, just like a one Fisher, one enchant totem when you're not expecting it, and suddenly you're just tanking an arrow to the face. Has to be a little bit wary about that. As Beyond and Bobka keep contesting snaking here, but as a Mirana, you know, snaking the most experienced position 5 Mirana in Dota 2, I think that's pretty safe to say. Yeah, he knows how to push the limits here with that leap, and ooh, they actually catch Beyond in a bit of a tough spot with 2 leaps and 2 points in Q. There's a world where snaking makes something happen here.
But not going to be able to do it, it looks like. Well, blood grenade out. Good damage. Beyond in trouble, and there it is.
Poised.
1, 2. Live it. Amar does go down, and Beyond actually hiding out in the Roche pit, able to live through that. So a great play, and now with an Iron Shield, Bobika's just going to run him down here. A second round, but with the Starstorm coming back off cooldown, they had enough for the finish.
Dude,
it was a cool play.
It was, but you cannot try and 1v1 the Mirana with the with that facet, man.
Yeah.
100% damage on the second meteor is just brutal. But at least they saved Beyond, so that was very close and didn't have to deny himself.
Very important. But yeah, while that was happening, Amar Death up on the top side. Not what he wants to have happen, but has been able to just go now into cutting the wave. So Fly shouldn't have an issue clearing through the creeps, but Amar will get a little bit more farm out of the map than him because of clearing out the small camp at the same time.
Ollie is getting blood grenade, boots, and a salve, I think. Yeah, he already activated it, so Emo's close to being 6. There's definitely an opportunity pretty soon to make something happen up here. Dodge.
Shackle. While the chase down onto Crit. He does have Tame the Beast. We'll use it now. Fly pushed away. And with Amar coming back in, that does stop any extra aggression that was going to come his way. Back to farming immediately. While this is all going on, by the way, you can see Bobika off in the jungle is making the Darkseer play happen at 5 minutes. So he threw an Ion Shell on himself after stacking the camps and just cleared through the entire thing. He has no points in Illuminate at level 2.
Not needed. Just gonna stack it up, do some Ion Shell work. Oh, Invis Rune gonna get denied here by Ollie.
Does have the Hex and also the foul play coming back off cooldown. So even if they do go for the kill, oh, the stun after. That's nice. So bringing 3, but they still denied the Invis Rune.
Bobka just continues here. Does have his Illuminate now, so he can give a little bit of help here, but his Ion Shell just fades out and puts a lot of gold to Beyond's pockets. Who's closing in on Vanguard.
Yeah, this is a nice window. Getting level 5 now too, so he can clear through these stacks that much more quickly. And of course, getting just the refill on mana as well. Maybe up top. They go now on to Amar, just building up the stacks of the Fury Swipes, but stacks of Quill Spray also going his direction.
Emo's playing with fire here, as an Ember does, but man, Mallory, like level 7, you know, if snaking's off the map, he has to be a little bit nervous, I'd imagine, playing inside those waves like that with the Echo Slam potential. And of course, no points in Flame Guard right now.
Yeah. More stacks being made and camps being farmed off to the side of the map as Crit has taken over, but Bobika still just hitting these couple of creeps here. It's a Vanguard completed for the Darkseer, which should give him free reign to you know, farm behind the tower if he wants. Still a potential for some rotations to mess with them, but you're pretty tanky with the Vanguard.
Yeah, and I think you know, Falcons, they were wise to go for this Sven. I mean, he's gotten the space that they expected him to get. He's really farmed right now, and that's really the only hurdle you have to get over as a Sven. Like, he is going to be having a good start. His other teammates don't rely on stacks enough that it's going to be a problem. Like, he can just make his way through his jungle. Of course, Bristle's going to want a lot, but Amara's also had a great game. I mean, he's higher than any other Yakult hero in the game, despite being third on his own team. So they're well set to grow this lead in the mid game, and it's going to put some pressure on Yakult here to really get a good use of this Darkseer and all the gold they put into him. But how do you make the best use of this Darkseer without a melee support? It has to be your mid. It's just going to be all on Beyond an emote for this one.
Well, and the reality is that with, like, you know, just having Ion Shell, you've got, what, 1,700 HP on Sven, you've got 1,500 HP on Amar, and you've got 1,400 HP on Shaker, and all of them sort of have counterplay measures if things get dicey. So there isn't an easy core to kill. It kind of, it's been some really good drafting to sort of deal with the pressure that Darkseer would naturally put. And it's why I was saying, like, maybe you just need to go for a farming route on the side of Yakult, because I don't know if they're going to be able to find kills. I think we're just in it for a farm fest. I
think you're right. I think they need Bobka to get, like, earn maybe Spear Vestal, but then he needs an eggs. I think that's going to be a pretty important tool for them this game.
Well, Crit not quite on the mark there with that Impalement Arts. They are moving in with Amar. Now the TP rotations as they want to swing this back around. Tame the Beast wouldn't use Shackles yet, though. Can connect onto him if they want. Shackles thrown. Oh, there it is, but put in the box. And Emo gets the refill of mana and the Remnant away. And Remnant back in. Okay. Moonlight Shadow playing around their Sentry Ward.
Oh,
I see another
blind here.
Oh, Emo, well played. Could get snaking too if he wants, but no, just gonna dig up a water run.
Yeah, he still believed in the play right there. Well done. Alreen does not want to rotate. Lots of farm here mid. He's closing out on his Blink Dagger. He just needs a little bit more time right now.
And that can open things up a lot. I mean, we'll see. Because the other thing is, it is a bit of a question. If you can't get kills with the Ember Spirit, the other way you can play is do this and bring Fly to the Sven. And if Skitter comes back to the Ancients right afterwards, yeah, thinking about it. Skitter, they need to find the right angle for him, and there it is. Immediately, they find the Sven and gonna take down this guy with the Ursa.
Yeah, and this is kind of play that they can also keep doing, even if they don't rotate Fly down like that. Like, Bobka can come in with the recall, then he can bring someone else. Like, they're gonna need to use this global potential here. I mean, that's another thing about COD. If you guys have played in a long time, you can also recall to your allies. It's not just bring people to you anymore. So you can do a lot more of these global strats, which is why the hero has become more and more popular.
It's pretty nice. Wait. Oh, whoa. Earthshaker TP's in with the Arcane, has to blink away immediately. Weird position now, snaking. His smoke is going to break, and they do not want to go on Beyond first with that Vanguard. So Falcons, I mean, this is what's crazy, right? You just take that tower, you get a kill on the carry. It's a 4,000 gold lead. Like, in spite of things looking good for your Gold Brothers.
Yeah. That part's not great, that's for sure. And that's with the fact that they've been just, like, funneling gold into this Darkseer as well, and yet he's still the lowest core. When you were, like, stacking Bobka a little bit to just get these Iron Shell plays for him. Ollie has snakes. They could force mid here.
I like that
play.
play.
That's what they want to do.
Trying to shut down the map a little bit if possible.
Yeah, I mean,
snaking.
They know there's a glyph, so it's pretty greedy to just dump them.
Yeah. Starting to head up here. Crit spots Fly. Will pop the Enrage and immediately run away. So that stops any extra action right there.
I mean, that pretty much gives them the tower, too.
Yeah.
Seeing the Enrage popped is like, okay, yeah, they're not going to contest this. So someone just sit mid, push the wave, make sure they don't get a free tower. Skitter keep farming, and let Amar just use that Seeing Red to just push this tower down. I mean, that is the best benefit about this form of the Bristleback that I really like, is you are a very good tower sieger, as opposed to the Snot Bristleback.
Right. Echo mid, catching on the Shaman. Ollie goes down in a second. It happens very quickly.
No, just glad it wasn't him.
Yep.
Oh, another bola here on the Snake King.
But I feel like after taking that tower, that tells something about how Falcons want to play this game, right?
Yeah. I mean, they are chilling. They're just waiting till Skitter has like 4 items, and then I feel like they just think they can do whatever they want on this map. And they won't have Echo like right when the Tormentor spawns at the very least, which could be a window for Yakult maybe. Like if they just drop wards, it's still gonna be really hard for them to fight without Echo Slam.
Yeah. Likewise, I don't know how much they kind of care, because the other thing is I don't know if you get kills via like the normal smoke ganks that we've been seeing in this game. It really just does have to be like Coddle recalling in the Ursa as they're going on somebody with like Ember.
Yeah. But I think that's what they're setting up for. I think that's why Boboka's down here. Like he wants to run around here. He wants to place wards. Wants to make sure that there's no Sven farming these ancients. And let the recalls begin here.
Yeah, brings in Emo. Oh, but the rotation. Understanding what's happening. Can they kill Emo? Doesn't quite look like it. They got in, got the kill, and get out. Very nicely played.
Do these little cheeky recalls, and now they can bring Fly through the gates, and they can just pop Darkseer down with the recall maybe? Or Shaman perhaps? Oh, they actually recall
going straight in.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, Boboka.
Yeah, I mean, that's... If they're not going to bring the wards, I think he's pretty likely going to die. I don't know if you want to split that, because then Emo's going to die too, I think. So
right.
Like if you try and play it too cautiously.
That does now give a little window where maybe Falcons can pressure this tier 1 tower. So nothing for free. Malrine has Echo Slam back up again, and with the catapult here, yeah, it's just going to go down. But with Beyond having Crimson Guard, they're still just comfortable continuing to farm up, and they have cut this lead down by getting that Tormentor into Roche. Wow. Now that is an interesting call.
Yeah, good steal away here from an Ursa lineup, of course. You know they're looking for it. And the fact that they still had snakes makes me think they wanted this. And they know they're scanning it.
Arrow goes out, connects onto Roche.
Oh, they're close.
Vanquisher.
They're surging.
Vanquisher. The Vanquisher. It's coming in, but they get there with the Remnant. Now a danger. Wall onto 2. Ollie finds him. Hex. Wards down. Can they kill anything more than just Amar? The jump in. Malrine Echo onto 2, but the vacuum back onto both of them as well. And now Emo tries to hit. Taunted for the moment. Malrine low. Malrine dead. Fly still living. That's going to be Amar coming back to life. So they burn through the Aegis, end up exchanging the Shaman for the Shaker and the Aegis, and Emo gets a little bit of a refill and a heal. What a fight.
Jumping on him. Yeah, very good. I mean, yeah, you don't get in there in time for the Aegis, but you're going to even things out here. And it's just not a good way to start a fight. Being trapped inside of a little horseshoe with a big purple wall in your face does not bode well. And you know, Boboka, we talked about the urn he was looking at. He just abandoned it. He just went, I'm going straight for the Ags. Because you can see the power of the Ags in this game. It is disgusting. Bristle trying to play in a fight. He doesn't want to deal with that thing. Sven, like when their BKBs run out, if they even get them on like the bristleback or something, it's just so frustrating to play against. Malrine, though, he's going to catch Boboka. He's going to try and slow down this Ags.
Beyond Surge, not going to happen.
No vacuum? Did you vacuum there?
I mean, it's a long cooldown.
Save your buddy's syndrome, you know? I can't afford the 40 seconds.
I think the problem is if the only way you save is if he surges and runs up as Snake King dies to Fly, but then you're left on the low ground with both those heroes as Darkseer, and you probably die. So
selfish.
I get it. I get it. Interesting. Okay. The trade of kills continues. Yeah, and I the only hero that does feel like it wants to maybe deal with that Ignis Fautus is going to be the Mirana. But if she goes into the middle of everything, she's going to die to like Ion Shells, Ember stuff, maybe even an Ursa. Like if you're leaping to hit that, it's not going to go well.
Yeah, he's going to need a lot of blood grenades, you know? Gotta pump up that HP.
by the way, dude, check it out. This is why I said Beyond is the best Darkseer in China. He bought the Shard next. It's so good against Sven. You feel terrible running around in that.
Yeah, it's gross. It's like watching these tiny... It's like watching every hero versus Jakiro lately, except it's just everywhere, you know?
And if it's Ember sliding around, it like follows that pathway too. So it just gets everybody.
Very nice idea. I like it. Also has a Gossamer Cape, which is also gross versus Sven, so much needed here on the Dire side. Get as many Gossamers as they can. 2 Tumblers too. Talk about 4 staffs. Tumblers are going to be great this game. Ollie's ready to blink Hex. And Crit, not going for the 4 staff first. He went for the more aggressive choice of the Atos, which of course we are seeing as the other big item for the supports right now. It's pretty much all Atos' and Forces.
That ward just out of range of that sentry. They saw the Darkseer head down. Don't quite have him in vision. Walks back into it now. First line of contact and destroyed. That is what Sven does to you.
Man, Crit didn't even pop the Atos. Like he knew. He knew that guy's dead. And Crit getting a better save as well there as he gets to the level 10 talent. Cast range on the Escape Act.
Well, a big kill. They did expend God Strength for it. And I guess that they're going to be looking for just finishing the BKB on Sven. But it's bots for Malrine after finishing the Kaya.
Yeah, going to keep up this pressure here. That is interesting. A lot of people will go Kaya. I like the Kaya BKB build. But this game, he just wants to make sure that he's there for the engagement. He's probably trying to match the mobility. Oh my goodness.
He ward traps him though. He's alive. Fly jumps in now onto Amar, trying to do what damage he can. The surge forward, getting the damage out, but the hit, but he got the enrage and the heal off, and now Skitter in no man's land, destroyed. They have Echo level 2, but it's not nearly good enough to make this work. What a fight.
I mean, they're lucky they didn't lose Malrine either. Like, he had to use the shard to get over the Fissure, get to the high ground. That was close. They almost lost their mid as well. And Yakult, they finally open up a lead here. I mean, this is the first time they've had the gold lead since, like, the 0-minute mark. We have crossed the threshold.
Take a look at this one again, and it all starts right there. Ollie getting that ward trap makes a huge difference. And, you know, power treads on Bristol oftentimes a really good answer, but you think about what could happen if it was FaZe. Might have made the difference. Also, back in the world, Malrine just dies to Emo and Beyond. The combo takes him out now.
This is
oh man.
Here. Usually it's Embers being hunted on the side lanes by Earthshakers, but no, Emo saying, you counterpick me with this Shaker versus Ember? You truly are pathetic to die to me on the side lane. Hits him with the Queen Imperia.
Big stuff. Falcons, we know what their response is when things start to go awry, and they're pushing out these side lanes as much as possible. But against the Coddle, it's kind of hard to make that work. With the just mass recalls that come in, you can never truly feel safe.
And keeping that pressure up, dropping Ion Shells on the waves down here too, forcing responses. What can they do with this though? Like, they get an Atos now onto Emo?
Oh. No, they're just doing it to take away the shield rune. Wow.
Made no damage anyway. I mean, maybe the arrow hits. I guess there's a chance Skitter gets there in time, but now they're going to smoke up. He's got his blink. He's got his BKB. He's got his ulti. Oh, this is a good bait.
Pops the ulti. He takes him away for a moment. Skitter forced to pop his own BKB. Emo now hitting into crit. Amar rooted beyond there. They're starting to take down that Ignis Fautus. There is the Echo Slam, but on the wrong side of the fissure, the rest of the team can't get there. Vacuum wall at the ready. Can he get it off in time? No, the stun, the control beyond finally gets it off.
Dude.
And he manages to escape, just barely. They're still doing good damage on the Snake King. In the midst of all of this, only one hero has died. Now the second one taken down. That is Emo on the Ember. What a close match.
everything on a knife's edge from both teams right there. So close to wiping out Falcons. Then they nearly take down Beyond. He survives. He pops the dust to counter the Moonlight Shadow. Then it feels like it's Yakult who are going to get the cleanup, but it's just it looked like Pudge Wars with just some messy battles across the river. Not sure exactly who's going to get what. Very well done here. And that is going to open up the boost of travel now for Malrine. So he's going to, again, try and match this global mobility that Bobica has been bringing to their side on Yakult Brothers.
As we see the
this
replay
Ignispadas, man. Yeah, it's just so... Like, look at this. This Ursa is so low, and there's like, nope, gotta run.
And, man, shout out to Malrine for timing those stuns just to make sure... Because it wasn't like a perfect chain stun. It was a perfect stun to interrupt his casting animation of Vacuum. Because imagine if you get a 4-hero vacuum wall in that. It only turned out to be 2. That's where it's a situation where suddenly that fight looks horrendous for Falcons.
Yeah, and you can just imagine that when he gets Greaves,
yeah,
it's going to be a little bit tougher. They have a lot of physical damage, so the Greaves are going to do a lot for him.
Well, and honestly, taking this Heart of Battle facet means every fight, either Fly or Emo is going to have Surge on him. And that is a really big, difficult thing to deal with. Oh, that's a big pickup, though. Amar, Lotus.
Yeah, see if they can protect people from Ollie, especially.
All underneath the ward. Up here on the top side of the map.
Yeah, they've had a couple good ones. That one down the bottom lane between the tier 2 and the tier 1. Another ward drop down around Roche. It will be a later spawn by looks of it here.
Playing into their ward, full vision as soon as the smoke breaks. Beyond shows Emo's still hidden away. Emo hasn't broken yet, but they do see the purple smoke behind. Amar is there. Now rooted. Fissure goes out. Arrow connects. Emo now in a little bit of trouble, but the heal comes in. It's not enough. Big catch for Mallory. Buyback immediately into this fight. They catch onto 2. Now looking for a second. Well, Skinner jumps high ground. He's in. Skinner is in. I don't know if that's where you want to be, sir. Fly finds the double kill. Now Crit getting bullied, beaten, and eliminated as 4 heroes taken down. A triple for Fly.
Holy, that's a big bear. That is the Papa Bear of Fly coming through in that one. Look at that damage.
Yeah. Yeah, they jumped right into his plans.
Dude, the help they were getting to. Ollie, the ward trap as well. Skinner hops in like trying to bail out this fight and immediately realizes, nope, this isn't good, and then just gets ward trapped on his attempted escape. The snakes are a major problem. I mean, Amar played this pretty well, right? He's waiting it out. He's not just like going for the Lotus or anything. They waited. They get the kill on the Ember, but then there's a bear. And they're stuck.
The other thing there is I think it was such a good call to not panic by the rest of Yakult Brothers. They sent in Emo with like the anticipation that they could buy back and fight it. And now jump forward. Fly in the world of the living catches and kills Malrine. They were scanning, saw that Roche turned red, but didn't anticipate because Roche hadn't respawned that they weren't in there. And now they're gonna find all of the cores of Falcons again. Jump forward, Fly on him, vacuum, pullback. Amar in further trouble. Amar is gone.
Oh, Bash God. He hits those.
Wow.
No help nearby from Crit. Can't get an escape act save. That's going to give them the Roche as it spawns up top. They got plenty of time to go back and grab this, and that's just going to further open up this gap of a lead here now for Yakult Brothers.
What a catastrophic like 3 minutes for Falcons. So well played by Yakult Bros, and they're showing the power of this combination. We've seen a couple other teams run it too. Darkseer, everybody thinks about the support, but if you run it with Ursa, this hero is terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, you saw it there with the vacuum setups. It's just like Sven. As now they're going to get Malrine again. 3
another death,
back-to-back deaths. Like, he's got no BKB.
This is game ruining right here. Unfortunate. They destroy him. And, I mean, the other thing I was wondering about is maybe if he ends up going for like an Aghanims instead of the bots on the Shaker, maybe you can get away from some of that. Snake King about to die as Skitter tries to finish off this Tormentor. He's getting close. It's real. He's not going to be able to finish it. Oh, that feels so bad. Oh, jeez. So much time spent.
All right, we need some good vibes in the chat right now, in the call, you know? All right, guys, we gotta. It is really only a 6K lead. It is an Ursa, you know. The kiting, it happens. If they don't hit the vacuums, it's hard to commit. Crit's really dead. This is recoverable.
Yeah.
I was getting a little worried there. I'm not gonna lie. Realized he might have to tank one there.
Well, you know, sometimes you tank things. It's okay.
Look at this
Ollie,
Boba. Oh, no, not again.
No,
not again.
No, not again, Marine. Oh, and Emo drops the pathetic. He's not even involved in the kill. He's like, you remember when he tipped me earlier? Unbelievable.
My guy has spent about 8 seconds alive and about 3 minutes dead.
Oh, jeez. That is rough.
Holy, he has no game right now.
Wow. I mean, it is how it is. It is what it is. Fly. Going for the Ags, having the shard already completed. A pretty cool answer just to have like max status resist all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's Vanquisher on the spend. He's constantly stunning. There's arrow follow-ups. Like, it's a great idea.
Oh, 30 minutes and a 9K gold lead. We know Falcons are not going to be the type of team to GG out early from this one. Obviously, still a lot left in their tank.
Well,
you know, you have
risk. If Malrine dies again, maybe.
Okay.
If he dies like right now, maybe.
That's fair. Will stun, the quick Earth Shock, and oh my god, and because of the Coddle too, he can spam Earth Shock.
Yeah.
All right. Fly is very hard to kill. Emo gonna step forward. Does get A-toast for a moment. A fear. Emo's still fine though. And the full set of racks dead.
Skitter is coming in from the top.
Rooted, looking, hunting, finding, beyond down to half HP, but perfectly fine afterwards. Emo runs away. Oh, Remnant's out. Big connection on 3, but there's no chance you can jump into that as Malrine and not die. So even though the wards expire, they will still be able to go on in, take the full set of racks, and just be very annoying to deal with.
Emo's favorite voice line continues here.
Dude, they're not leaving.
They let the creeps work on the bottom racks. They're going to hit the tier 3 mid.
Yeah, why not?
The banner's still there.
Still have the Aegis. They have Gem on Emo. He can keep slight spamming him constantly. Don't need to be that concerned about things. Of course, Greaves just used. Still hanging on to that Crimson Guard. Building almost dead. They managed to get it. Should keep in mind that wards are coming back up in 20 seconds from Ollie. So if they want to stick around, I mean, Skinner is not even here. Skinner does have a TP, but he's trying to finish off his data list, but homie is out jungling. Fly hits away.
You know?
I mean, you got to do something. That's for sure. Arrow off the mark. Fly continues to hit it. Another ranged racks down. Amar half HP. Are they going to go for more? Skitter is on the other side of the map now, continuing to farm. And just like that, they take 2 sets of racks, fully use the Aegis. What a clean couple of minutes for Yakult Bros.
Yeah, and I think it's worth reiterating that we've seen plenty of teams lately going for this Ursa and struggling to get the results that you're seeing in this game. Like, to actually feel like you can slap people and kill them. It does come down to a lot of the teamwork from his allies to provide that control that got him to this point, you know? Like, those vacuums were clutch to actually make it so Battle Fury is not just a farming item, but he's actually killing multiple heroes at the same time. Consistently getting chain disables and stuns and ward traps from his allies. That's kind of stuff that really makes this Ursa thrive. And that's why he's 10-0-5 right now.
It's such a good like game for it too, because you really don't have another way to kill any of these cores if you don't bring the Ursa to the fight, and having the Kato means that he doesn't have to sacrifice farm for it.
Yeah.
It's really solid stuff. Crit. Got a pull there. And
We
we tried. Oh, God.
07's in the chat.
Dun, 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 dun. Everything on him instantly. Oh. Yeah, that one hurts. Are they just going to go for this? They
Same
scan them.
question that they had from Falcons. I think they would just run up here, right? Scan? Oh, I guess they would.
It is a minute away from the Wisdom Shrine. They drop down a ward. Ollie has level 2 wards, but he just drops them, and yeah, nobody is here. They didn't come back. They scanned them, but they thought they left. I mean, Amar is up on this cliff. Now they see Amar. Remnant messing around. Nobody is home. Nobody is here. They're just getting mega. Amar has to TP back to his own high ground. He TP'd like 1,800 units. And jump in. Skinner finds one. Arrow connection dead. That is the kill that you needed. Now they can go for more.
He's broken.
Oh, but can they? I don't know if they can. Fly. He's caught. Echo Slam. Not doing enough damage. Malrine gets put in the box. He's staying alive. Maybe this actually ends up working out okay for them. Skinner takes down Bobica. Snaking does go down, but he buys back now. Ollie in no man's land. Amar manages to find that kill too. Yakult Bros, signs of life. Emo, in the meantime, does kill Crit, just the support Slayer. Fly manages to take another, and there it is, the enraged turnaround. Skinner wanting to chase this. This is such a big kill. If they can take down Fly, trying to finish him off, and they will.
No, not Snaking.
So much gold.
Guys,
Yeah, well.
give it to Skinner, please, dude.
That would have been a lot of gold for Skinner. Yeah.
I mean, someone's got to pay for that buyback, you know?
That's true.
All right, that's fine. He's got his Daedalus. He's got the damage. They get a lot of big kills. They do come out on top of that despite the 2 buybacks. It wasn't a total loss for Yakult, though, as you said. You know, Emo was in the back, blowing people up inside. But what a way to start. It cannot go better than that, right?
Yeah.
Blowing up the Darkseer first is by far their best chance of winning this fight, and that's how they're even able to get these kills. Because if he's there with Crimson Guard and Shivas and Greaves, there's no chance.
Yeah. Well, big stuff.
Yeah, great kiting as well from Amar in that engagement. Like, he has to play around this Hex the whole time. He's got his Yules, he's got his Lotus, so he's trying to ensure that he doesn't get, like, hexed and broken and just slapped by the Ursa in 2 hits. And he did a good job of delaying things out to the west during that fight. Snaking.
No. I mean, this would have been such a big moment for them. Jump in, Skinner. Finds him.
Arrow.
Taunted. Oh, but the blind light pushback and then the vacuum, and Emo, he saved his entire team, kept him alive. And unfortunately for Falcons, it was just as Roche was respawning as well. Beyond does have a surge to get some separation. They're trying to hunt him, but he gets away. And they're so slowed there in the fog. They cannot manage to chase him down. Malrine. Fissure. Echo done. Big drop down. That is what they needed, but unfortunately, Malrine is going to pay the price. And Falcons, they have to come back and deal with that. They've already lost 1 Rax. There's only 1 more ranged Rax left, and Fly just going to come in and clean up Roche.
Yeah, Skidder not willing to commit the BKB in that one.
Oh.
So, dealing with the Ignis Fatus and everything, they couldn't get that kill. We're all just going to buy back, huh? I mean, there is a Refresher Shard and a Cheese. That Refresher Shard would be huge for Sven.
Thinking about it. Fly. I mean, this is a little bit dangerous. So the Snaking is not there. Skidder trying to run to catch back up. They throw out the Impalement Art. See Roche. Amar walks on in. Tries to hit it. Good amount. Down. Roche. It's there. They get him already. Refresher Shard picked up everything but the cheese. And now all he needs to do is jump out of the pit. And eventually the stuns wear off as Amar gonna back away. But there is a bear chasing you, sir. They move in. They find that Abyssal Blade. Save for the moment. But now Root catches onto 2. Malrine off to the side, trying to buy some more time for his team. But there are the shackles onto Skinner, and Fly hits him. Skinner, Hex, Skinner in trouble. Skinner, big satanic connection, but is it going to be enough damage? It's not quite looking like it. They have the control. The Hex is going to be there. A triple kill for Emo. As Fly finds the other side of Amar. GG is called. Yakult brothers come away with game number 1 victory.
And a game that for 20 minutes was led in gold and experience by other Facet new.
It makes him do damage on his golems based upon the regen that he has.
Right, well done. I could
Let's
not
go.
for the life of me remember that. I was like, what even is it? Like, Black Rumar has just been the better one for a song. I was like, I know there was a meme build, but I couldn't remember what it was, but that's what it was. People trying to max their regen for the golems.
I only remember that because of Overthrow. I'm gonna be real.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's a fun build in that. Dude, look at this smoke up. Trying to find somebody here. Will anybody from Yakult Bros be brave enough to venture up this way? It does not appear so. There are 4 stuck together. They see Malrine. Well, they see the smoke break on Emo.
30 seconds to battle.
And now the tower comes on in and catches him there. Can you imagine if he like caught the chains on the Sand King and then like into a stun under tower? Oh, it'd be so sick.
That would be pretty sad. Bobaca's in an interesting spot here. He's kind of wrapped around behind. He's got a ward down. Has his Watcher.
Has boots.
Is he gonna go for this? Come on, Bobaca. Believe in something. Oh my god, he could actually get it right now.
I think he's gonna.
He's gonna get it.
Oh, nifty. Dude, this is my build when all I'm doing is stacking. I think I know what he's doing for.
What, the
grenade and a
boots,
boot.
blood grenade?
Oh, yeah, and look, they're spamming out the wave right there. He does 1 round of it. The range creep maybe about to die.
Uh-oh.
Blood grenade it. Blood grenade it. Blood grenade it.
I don't know. He'd have to wait. I don't think it's
Oh, no. Beyond is pissed.
Yeah, he is.
Jeez, man. Yeah, this doesn't feel great. But 1 hit there and then heading out. In the meantime, up top, good damage being dealt by Amar and Crit.
Bobaca's gonna be the core in this one, I think, you know?
Yeah.
We got priorities here. Trying to help him out. Well, they don't end up getting a Sunstrike to help them, so it's just going to be the 2 of them up here. And that means it's going to be relatively tough to try and get a kill on the Morphling. Obviously, he's got pretty high armor. He's able to change his HP and have a wand versus Bristleback. So the odds of you getting a kill just rely on some crazy shackle out of the fog or hex out of the fog without a chance for Flatflight to morph. And it's not likely to happen. Or I should say shift attributes, of course.
There it is.
Clarify, just in case you don't know what I'm saying.
It's important. Keep track of that. Emo in the mid lane gets a chains, but nothing else afterwards, actually. So yeah, Fly we're seeing here just keeping himself fine in this lane. Does, of course, need to be worried if things go a little bit crazy with Crit catching him like he talked about, but for now, he can just sort of make fine use of his continual regen. And Crit is going to take a couple punches and get ran a bit by Ollie, who's still hanging on to his blood grenade.
Yeah, Crit also out of regen right now, so he has to be a little bit careful before his tangos get here. He's got 6 on the way. Just can't go down right now.
Yep. Mid lane, Ember running into similar issues to what we saw last game as well. 15-4 on the Sand King versus the 10-1 on Emo. But you know, much like last game, I think you've got a lot of potential here just to catch back up by virtue of a couple of rotations into your lane or you know, making kills happen the rest of the way around the map. But this is what we saw last game too. Falcons coming away winning all 3 lanes.
Yeah, they were well ahead. They had all 3 spots in the top net worth for all 3 of their cores, and there was even a gap after that heading into the rest of the cores with a pretty significant edge for Skitter on the very top with that Sven. So despite that, they still had it turned around on them by Yakult. So be a little bit careful here with that lead this time. How good are they at holding a lead in this one? Definitely going to be a pretty patient timing. Much like last game with the Sven, you've got a Phantom Assassin who's going to be taking their time here to get the items picked up. Up top, Flyfly gets caught in a Shackle and a Hex, but I mean, 12 charges. Like, this is fake. This is not real.
Yeah, he's good.
You just shift attributes, wand, and ha ha ha.
Easy. And back up to full again for Flyfly there. What you love to see. And another round of futility.
Yeah. It's the lane of Sisyphus here for Portmar. The high fives, Flyfly.
Beyond just continues to pull. So they are just basically leaving this lane just to trade on bottom, as top is where like there's a lot of battling happening, but no real chance for kills as of yet. Crit can go for a courier snipe here if he wants. Sends it back. What was that? That was weird.
Courier. Yeah. I don't think he had much hope. It was gone anyway. And worth noting that Emo also took the chain gang again here. So not a very common facet to be chosen. I noticed last game he did like 14,000 damage with Searing Chains, which seemed kind of absurd. That's way more than you usually see. Partially because he went Ags, so there were remnants really everywhere while he's dropping them around. But he really made good use of this facet.
Still looking for a first blood in this game. We have yet to see it.
This is just like our series earlier with Nigma and OG Latham, where they just game 2 was much slower paced than game 1.
Absolutely. Taking their time.
Concerns about Beyond's lane. So far, not too bad. He's doing all right for a centaur.
Oh,
I mean they're definitely letting Pia get away with it a bit. Whoop.
Epicenter used in mid. Emo, low, but not dead yet. Sleight of fist, damage out. Burrow strike, Maureen gets the solo kill, but can they get any retribution here? Ollie trying to beat into that Sand King and take him down. Bulbica in the area.
No.
Maureen is gonna get away scot-free. Blood grenade onto Crit. Hoping he gets something here. TP's out and oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That is painful. And now you even get a heal coming in from Snaking. Passes him 2 tangos. So Maori doesn't even have to TP home. He gets to stay in, brings a clarity out. And could he even get a rune? Can he get so lucky? No, we can't. All right. At the very least, a rune goes the way of Yakult.
And that was right before, I mean, this is what they were hoping to get last game. And Emo dodged the level 6 kill potential with the Epicenter, or rather Echo Slam. This time managing to get it on the Sand King.
Yeah, well, here we go again. Lane wins.
Caught him for a moment. A lot of damage done. Maureen, and he gets killed in base. Dies in the fountain.
A close one again here.
And that is interesting because all of the XP went to Silencer. He's level 4.5 at just under 7 minutes.
You're right. He got the soul XP because the body was in the well on the kill. Alrighty. Thank you, team. Sucks for Emo as he now just hit 6 versus the level 7.5 Sand King.
Oh, and Falcons. They're going to take full advantage of this. They just, on Yakult, give up both shrines.
Well, I mean, they got their kill mid at least, but yeah, that is a bit rough to have happen to you. Emo is just going to trying to farm up some neutrals at the same time here mid.
Beyond. Finished the Vanguard. They're thinking about going on him. Crit getting hit while shackling. Beyond says, get away from me as they're going up top. Amar in far. Ollie gets brought down. Amar is the return kill. While they were going on that top side, Beyond was dying bottom, but able to survive through it.
We're all over the place here. Crit comes in to control the bottom rune. It'll be top for Malrine. He gets a regen. Not the best. Some dire vision and wards and blocks all up in here. They're keeping a good eye on these stacks here. So Malrine's going to start farming them. Do they come and contest at all, or are they just going to watch? Looks like it's just watching.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're going to get
Sentry
the
misses.
ward, but just out of range of the observer. Yeah. Interesting. Well, keeping things close.
Where would I rather be in this game right now? My main concern would be that Emo does not have a whole lot of help this time. You know, there's no Iron Shell. He's going to be pretty dependent on some damage help from Beyond. Oh, that's a
nicely done. The errant gank by Sand King. So you feel like Emo doesn't get enabled as much as he was last time to help carry the weight.
No, I think it's going to be much harder. There's a lot more pressure. Now, that being said, there's also the fact that you don't need as much help on Fly when he's playing this Morphling compared to the Ursa. But they're going to have to like play with their carry a little bit more on the earlier end here. And they're aiming for Malrine.
TPing in a lot of heroes. The chains connect onto multiple. Emo, slight hits, damage done. And they find more. Amar is in pretty deep. They're going to pop that Stampede. Chase now finds the Bristleback. A lot of quill damage with the shared fatal bonds, but they take down those two cores and keep their tower alive.
Yeah, barely able to do it, but they get it. Somehow not getting snaking as well. Manages to waddle his way out of that one. As Crit will hit 6 in the mid. Could maybe consider something here. There is no glyph at the moment. But Emo's going to return, so... Oh, perhaps, though? If he's a bit greedy, or if there's a good rune here.
Oh, it's down bottom. Shield rune for Emo. Yeah, well, not a big move by anybody yet, it feels like.
Yeah, I don't think they have the tools to move. Like, Radiant pretty much need Malrine to have a blink, which now he does have, so his is ready to go. But Skitter's just chilling. Beyond wants a blade mail first because he's a centaur, so he's not going for an early blink. And they kind of just have, like, I think this is defensive global to try and, like, hold map space while Fly gets items after Vlad's.
Yeah.
It's kind of where you're at.
I mean, they use the rotations up top and manage to claim or keep that tower alive. They are going to go on to Beyond now, gets fully ward trapped in, and that will be enough to bring down the Centaur. At the same time, Amar gets jumped on up top. And I mean, Amar dying these couple of times is not what we normally see out of him on this hero. Currently sitting 2-3-0. Not the type of match he wanted.
Yeah, especially when he's running around up here with the Vanguard. But still going down here. They're utilizing the recalls very well from Bobaga. That's him like pulling Emo up to that top area to help get the kill with Fly without making Fly leave the zone. He can just keep on farming. And he's going to have a Yasha in a moment here.
Man, Emo making full use of that shield rune. They didn't feel comfortable going on him up there. But yeah, Fly getting farmed, the most farmed hero in the game right now. And PA does eventually like present some pretty big problems, but it is a long way before Skitter is going to be online. He is still working on that Battle Fury right now. Almost has it completed.
If they have the lockdown, though, the damage potential is going to be pretty wild for Falcons once they get this Agnum's done here on Malrine. That snot-rocketing Bristle, as we discussed earlier, can really get that big minus armor. Then we have a ton of physical damage just all over the place. So you might, if you're trying to min-max on Morphling, even with the high armor that you have, you might get surprised a little bit here. So you got min-maxing. My goodness, he just don't care this game, huh?
No, he is all the way down.
He's got 480 health.
It's pretty nuts. And like I keep on seeing Falcons make these like incursions into Yakult Bro's jungle and try and set up for kills, but they are all dodging and people are still farming. on the side of Yakult Bros, and they're pressuring this bottom tier 1 tower. Everything seems to be going pretty comfortably for Yakult Bros, as they will recall in Fly. He is now going to push down and take this tier 1 tower. This is a potential now for them to think about going in for the Tormentor later on. Wards dropped mid. Do they have enough to take the tower, though?
I don't think anyone wants to fight or defend at all on either side.
Yeah.
The team is set and prepped. Just kind of feels like, eh. Although beyond, maybe not. He's trying to bait
Strike.
something.
Off the mark. Maureen. They take the tower at the end with crit. And there is a sentry ward down, getting hit by the wards. All this time, Fly is still farming.
And Amara is just wandering aimlessly around the dire jungle, trying to find any farm that he can, but just sort of cleaning it out so really there's nothing left for you, Colt.
And he is very much depending upon the damage of the rest of his team. Going Vanguard next into Shard on Bristleback. No early Ags rush, just kind of chilling and building a pipe afterwards. So you can see where his head's at in terms of what he needs, thinks the team needs.
Yeah. They had an idea that Fly was down here, then he showed on the wave as well after, but they're not able to bring the full resources to actually get something done. So he'll just be able to retreat his way back. This really deep observer ward near the Dire Ancients was spotting a lot of couriers, seeing a lot of this movement, so I think they were trying to set up for a kill here, but end up working out. Similarly, a very deep ward here from Bobica, spots crit TPing to the tier 2. And also, I believe saw the Warlock's courier coming too. So Yakult should know there's a movement coming down bottom right now.
Bobica's nearby with a Glimmer Cape. And Fly shows on mid.
Oh, this is
gonna wait
He just waveformed.
Getting away. Needs to run. Vision there. Burrow Strike finds him. He got the strength form off.
Dude, how?
Global defensively. Fly's living. Wow. That strength form getting off is insane.
That's crazy. What?
Yeah.
All right. He's got.
He's
all the way down.
To be fair. Oh
my god.
Fly, he gets away. Wait for him again. Dude, how? And the root on all of them. 4 heroes rooted. Burrow Strike by Fly as he runs back in, catches onto them. Crit is in trouble. Dude, Fly is so good.
Did he know? Did he know there was a ward?
I don't know. I mean, probably.
Is he the greatest? He's just like, oh, watch this, guys.
I mean, Beyond is going to die now, but still. What a play. Man.
All he's convinced after that dagger, there's a ward. Oh, no.
Emo. Emo and Fly. What a dynamic duo.
That was crazy. To just shift all the way back down while going to casually farm your Ancients and then just... Poor Maureen, dude. The guy's having a rough series.
Yeah.
That is the real takeaway so far. Maureen feels like he is just losing every coin flip right now, where it feels like surely this is going to work. You're watching it, you're like, oh yeah, I see this play. This works out well for him. And then nope. So we get a replay here. That is just... I mean, it's only level 2 as well, you know?
Yeah.
What a hero.
He's just starting to switch back. Also, we need to be ready to pop back into the land of the living because there's about to be another battle going on. They catch crit, and our Falcon's going to stick around to try and defend this. They don't have Stampede for a little bit, but with Emo moving forward, they find one, and they get the silence onto the Warlock. Snake King also caught. Another 2 kills. It's like they're in the right spot for if the whole team was there, but the whole team wasn't there, and also, like, you know, the chaotic offering wasn't quite back up again. You can see why Falcons are like on the verge of making the right moves, but they're a little bit quicker on you, Yakult Bros. They're the ones that are like contesting it,
and they're the ones who have been using recall and just pushing around this map. So it has felt like it's been a big theme. I feel like for the past like 2 or 3 months, it's kind of felt like mid-game team fights has been the theme. But for the past like month, or especially over this week, watching these games, games, it feels like we're shifting more towards creep waves and global mobility. It has felt like the thing that's determining a lot of these games to me right now.
I think that there was a wrong read on the Falcons side of what the real problem was in that last game. And some of it was like the Darkseer, definitely, but this Coddle has felt like much more of the problem. Like you're talking about, that global mobility, it is an issue. And like allowing Bobica to basically like set the tempo of the game, it's been really impressive to see. Now they're not out of it on Falcons by any means. They just got Aegis on Skitter. They have tremendous team fight when Warlock ulti is up. Yakult Bros do still need to be careful with their positioning and movement.
Beyond's ready to flash off this new Blink Dagger. They're following the courier.
They're feeling themselves.
PMR on the tower.
But are they feeling themselves too much? The stomp onto 2, catching, killing, in trouble, Aegis down, crits to the side, global is used. They do have chaotic offering still if they want to use it, but they just need to get out. They've already lost Skitter, the PA is dead. And Yakult Bros, man. Big fight, big win. They get the tower.
Aha! Yeah, the timing there on that global silence was perfect. Like, that's exactly when Snake King wanted to drop the rock. But it helps them cover, get the kills. They also just really quickly started bringing down PA. Like, Skitter just got rooted and just attacked and died. It did not feel like there was any hope for recovery. Felt like there was supposed to be some sort of a plan there where it's like, oh, do I get defensively like hexed or do I get golemed on top of me? But there unfortunately wasn't any sort of an answer that could bail him out there.
Nah. Way too hard to deal with. Well. Meantime, Beyond shows on the lane. They do have the silencer nearby with a glimmer, but I don't know if he's going to be close enough to make this work completely. And instead, they turn on to Malrine. Oh no. Maybe a chance, an opportunity. Yes, Beyond is going to go down. But guess who's here? Hello! And they used the golem? They golemed? Trent, they golemed.
They did golem. That is, I can confirm. I have an on-field reporter here saying there is in fact a golem running around. He's come through the gates of Oblivion. There he is. He's remastered. Oh. And he is the last thing standing on Falcons down here.
He's got some good freaking quads on him. Man, look at that guy.
Oh, he's been hitting the gym for sure. He doesn't skip leg day.
That's impressive. All right, tier 2 tower being hit, and GoPros take it down bottom. They also are setting up for the mid lane. Dude, this just looks like a carbon copy of last game. Honestly, you got like this big tanky offlaner. He's got a Crimson Guard. Trade out the Tormentor for the first Aegis. 8,000 gold lead now.
Yep. Emo's going crazy. Fly's not dying very much. That is indeed what we pretty much saw last game. You do have plus 15% evasion on Skitter, so that's some more survivability.
Hey.
Half your hits missing. It's pretty good.
I mean, BKB will also feel nice to some extent, but oh no, Malrine. Wait, didn't he? Oh, he didn't have Burrow Strike back up again. Okay. Nice TP out there. Malrine able to survive. Needed.
Yeah, I would say so. They cannot have him going down again. Crit still just level 10 right now.
They're just pulling them all around the map.
He's just getting pulled to one side with a recall, then zipping back to his remnant mid. A nuisance is what he is.
Dude, I don't even know where Bobica is half the time. What is going on?
I know.
He's literally like, I want to see the heat map. There's just like these wide gulfs in the heat map.
I see that he has bought a gem and is going to fly that over to Emo again, just like last game. Like he said, carbon copy. And now we do have a carry who's very happy to grab a break this game. So Amira's going to have two problems between just dealing with being bounced around and pinballed, and oh well, there goes maybe crit.
Yeah. Emo should have him there, takes him down, and now also getting that other kill. Fly's getting recalled, and waveform in, a couple more punches. Amar in the dirt. So is Snake King. Triple kill for Emo, and yeah, another tier 1 tower dead. They really just are not standing a chance.
Morphling is just so good in these kind of games, man. When you are just rolling and snowballing, it's a Terror Blade that doesn't run out of meta.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? I mean, look at this damage. It's hitting for 350 right now. Tower's just getting annihilated.
And Fly has shown that, like, he is consistently dodging all of these hits. By the way, Malrine is dying again, off in the jungle. Emo is just beating the crap out of him. Sanj and Yasha with the Mage Slayer. The punches, they do not stop. 9, 1, and 10 on this Ember.
That's 4 kills straight. Just got his triple up top and then adds Malrine to his list.
Emo is really scary on Ember. And you already are first phase banning his Storm.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Can't handle the question mark, so they deal with the Ember instead. I mean, we get a Solar Crest on Snake King, which is actually pretty good because we also just have a BKB on Skitter, and you have to find some way to amp up the YOLO potential here because it is going to be coming through your PA. That's kind of the only hope you have. But now there's a break, so we're going to have some quivering PAs and bristles now in the face of this Fly Morphling.
Yeah. I really feel like the hope that you have in this game from Falcons is like a big Fatal Bonds rock play with Skitter just punching. And thankfully does have BKB now done. Queuing up the Sanj and Yasha next. This is an important smoke for Falcons if they want to remain alive in this game. But now going into this fight, they recall Fly immediately. They have Global at the ready. Amar, first person that they hit. The break is there. Already down to just a quarter HP. Wants to escape. Not going to happen. Done. Over. And they find Snake King. I mean, this is it. He golems just the coddle. Now Burrow Strike onto Malrine. Is it going to be enough? Emo low. Emo remnants away. Staying alive. Fly. Not at all hurting this one. Skitter wants him desperately, but it's not going to happen.
What?
The silence is there.
Oh!
And Emo walks away scot-free. Triple kill this time for Fly. Pack it up. Stick a fork in them. They're done.
Yeah. Fighting into 3 Gossamer Caves as if this game wasn't annoying enough already for Skitter, by the way.
Oh,
man. I mean, you could see the potential. You see the damage, right? I mean, that was 3,000 damage from that Snake King because he is invested in just Epicenter. Here, he's waiting for it. He's trying to set the Epicenter play. The Global Silence comes out. So he's lurking the tree line the whole time. Again, he's waiting. Finally get the Golems. Here comes the Burrow Strike. Here's the Epicenter damage. There it is, but there's no Bristle minus armor to put in with it, with the Snot, as we said, with the Stingers and everything. That could have done something. And they can't combo it at the same time as Skitter. And, you know, they're already taking that fight not only a gold disadvantage, but a hero disadvantage with Bristle being dead. So,
and Bristle is dead.
They love
That, so
that's what I was leading into, obviously. You
Oh,
know?
got it.
Yeah.
You know, that is 2 fights in a row now where Bristle has gone from full to dead in like a second. Able to catch him there. Maybe an opportunity. Emo throws out some more slights, and, well, that is a dead shaman. A second game in a row where Skitter is just forced to farm out the other side of the map while his racks are dying. And unfortunately for Falcons, the racks are going to die much more quickly with the Morphling in this game, as he does not give a hoot about any of that damage coming his direction. Tier 3 tower done. They need to come back. They have to come back to deal with this, but you can't do anything if you come back.
Doo-doo.
It's rough.
Ooh, doggy.
Yakult bros.
Yeah, I mean, if they can manage to go on a run here, there is something worthy here. They were in a very competitive qualifier attempt here, because the way that you qualify for the Rio Masters out of China was that they played in the ACL LAN, in which they had to play against Tidebound, now all gamers who did knock them out. They took them out the first round, then Tidebound lost to XG. But Yakult, if they get enough points here, this is their only road to get to the Masters because there is no other qualifier for China. That was their qualifier. So they have to get there on points, unlike the other regions who still have their qualifiers to be played. So if they can catch fire here and keep up this sort of gameplay, maybe they can knock out one of these teams.
Mar, they see him first, find Snake King. Dead on the Warlock. They got the strength form off onto Flyfly. Waveform forward. Catches, kills, crit, and now Amar left alone. Maureen going for the big combo. Is it going to be enough? Burrow Strike Epicenter doing literally nothing. Maureen is gone, doing good damage onto Ollie. He is going to fall. Wait a minute. Maybe an opportunity here. Skitter hitting. Triple kill. Skitter looking for more. Can they take down Emo? That would be the cherry on top of this. As they hit the Flyfly. Waveform's back in. They get the kill on Emo. But you forgot about Flyfly. And Flyfly takes what is his. 4 dead. What a play.
It happens fast, man. 1,000 damage in a second from that break onto Skitter. You feel like you're just like the king of the fight. And Flyfly comes in to quickly remind you that he's been ready for this moment just in case. But nonetheless, it is a sign of life here for Falcons. This is the PA classic, flashes of the memory of Nico Baby and some of his PA games where he brought them back from the depths. Maybe Skitter can pull off one of those.
Honestly, I'm wondering if at this point you just forego the Sanj. Yeah, he's going for MKB now. Has that queued up. And 3,500 gold, it's a pretty good position to be in for PA. I was wondering if you could think about a rapier and just say, screw, we'll deal with the morph lane last. But you can see this replay here. They were just wrecking havoc with this morph lane. You have to deal with the morph.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it feels like you just have to go for the MKB. Then you pray that you manage to win a YOLO fight on that, and then you get your rapier, maybe. Yeah. Probably the best chance you're going to have.
Nice play, by the way, back in this world of Dota 2 that we're currently in. Bristle runs on over, manages to pick up and take the Tormentor. So getting the shard for the Shadow Shaman.
Oh, Mallory.
Stun.
Caught.
There, no worries at. Mallory, well, BKB and Burrow Strike out.
Double bolos from Emo.
So much.
What's crazy is they can just shocker him and he can just bola off of that spirit there. So you can't even play your defense from over there,
Yeah, nothing comes easy. This is going to be the last melee racks going down. They don't have any answer. They have to wait for the MKB and he's
hiking him.
Dude, that's it. He's 300 gold away from MKB. And Amar caught. Amar in trouble. Amar starts to die. The Ghost Scepter only keeps him alive a little bit longer. You are so close to MKB, but he's still just a bit away. Now TPing back to try and deal with this, but they've already lost the Shaman. MKB done on a PA, but you are mega creeped already. Skitter. Flyfly is presenting himself as a target. The problem is he's taken out the tier 4 towers. Burrow Strike finds one. Bristle there, trying to get the minus armor out. Flyfly, MKB, is it going to be enough? No, it is not nearly enough. Skitter can't do anything here. So Flyfly waveforms forward. Malreen finds the back lines, but the global is there. GG, well played. It's called the 2-0. Yakult Bros bring down Falcons.
Yeah, and Falcons continuing now to struggle a bit here in this group stage.